I just want to come on here and share with you guys just a few of the things that I learned from my first full-time year as a wedding filmmaker. So if you're on the fence about deciding whether or not to go full-time with wedding videography, or if you're kind of up and down as to whether or not you want to pursue it, hopefully this video will help. 2024 was my first full-time year as a wedding videographer, and that isn't something that I take for granted. It's been a huge blessing, and I'm so thankful to be in this position now, officially full-time as a videographer. I'm getting smoked out here. Sheesh. I'm just gonna scoot a little bit. I'm literally crying. Holy cow. That smoke really just got straight to me. Oh my goodness. All right, little readjust, never hurt. So as I was saying, from the 14 weddings that I shot, edited this past year, I learned a lot, especially doing it full time and investing all of my extra time in work towards growing my business for the first time really in forever. So the first thing I want to talk about is just the sheer importance of community and relationships. And that goes for your couples, and even more so with other vendors. I have found in my experience with booking weddings this past year that the quality of leads that you receive are so much higher when they come from a vendor referral. So I have a few really close friends in the wedding filmmaking world, and we are constantly referring other couples to each other. There are obviously a lot of ways for couples to find you, whether that be on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook ads, word of mouth, whatever it might be. But I truly will die on the hill that word of mouth and vendor referrals are the most important leads, and typically the most often to book types of leads. Just be friends with a lot of people. Become really good friends with your couples, because their experience with you and the relationship you have with them, as well as your relationship with other vendors in your local scene, that plays a huge part in continuing to book weddings, and those leads will inevitably be the strongest ones you receive. Tip number 2 is understand that you are serving the couple, not just creating a good video. This was kind of something that developed in me as I continued to shoot weddings this year, because naturally when I was starting out and I was getting excited, I was booking weddings, I was shooting a lot. My whole goal was to create really, really good wedding films. And often that was at the expense of comfort on the wedding day for the couple, or sacrificing things that they might have wanted to do. And I never pushed anything, but I think I kind of have retrained my mind now to understand that my whole goal is to serve the couples that I'm working with. In the wedding industry, sure, we're providing a product, but ultimately we are serving the couples that we are working with, and we want to serve them really well. As weddings go, sometimes serving couples the best doesn't always produce the best possible video, which is a little bit of a dilemma, because obviously you want to provide them with the best possible product they can have, but you also want to serve them well. Kind of where I have landed on that is I don't ever push couples to do anything that they don't want to on their wedding day just because it would make their video better. Of course, I will always suggest what I think is best and what I recommend, but ultimately, they're the couple. They're the ones paying you to shoot their day, and it's their call at the end of the day. A good example of this would be if a couple wants to read their vows in private and doesn't want to be mic'd up. That is something that I would say, hey, this is really important for the video. This is a huge piece of the wedding film. I highly suggest that you read these for the video, whether that's separately in private. Like, this audio is really important. But if they're adamant about, no, we really want this to be private, we want this to be just us, that's a situation where I'm, going to step back and let them make that call, understanding and being very transparent that, this would make a better video, but I want to serve you the best I can. And if that means not capturing your vows, that's great. My first priority is to serve the couple, and however that looks. My second priority is to give them the best possible video that they could receive. And sometimes serving them comes above producing the best video you possibly could. And that is okay. because ultimately you want to serve the couple the best you possibly can. Another tip I would give you guys is slowly build your collection of gear. I think that it's risky to jump headfirst and invest thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into the highest end gear that you possibly can right from the start. I would definitely recommend working with what you have or what you can afford within your means and slowly upgrading as you continue to grow as a filmmaker. Use the gear that you have, get really, really good with what you have. There's tons of cameras for under $1,000 that you could pick up that are fantastic for video. I started on a Sony a7 II 3 years ago that I got for $450, and I shot my first weddings fully on vintage lenses that were fully manual focus, and it was what I had at my disposal, and I got really good at that, and then I upgraded. I upgraded to a Lumix GH5, which, great camera, super affordable. And then from there, I went all out, got an FX3. If you want a phenomenal camera, get the FX3. It's so good. To summarize, use what you have, save, and just get really, really good at using whatever camera you have. I guess my last tip would be to just have fun on wedding days. They can absolutely be stressful. They are stressful. The type of anxiety and anticipation you feel just on your way to the venue is kind of unlike anything else. But at the end of the day, you're there celebrating with a couple on one of, if not the most important day of their lives. And that is something that is a good thing. I think often in the industry, we take it a little bit too seriously or get a little bit too worked up or worried about it. Understandably, because it is such a big day and we have a huge part to play in that. But the more fun that you have and the more relaxed that you are, that is going to rub off on your couple as well. And it's going to lighten that tension for everybody, because you really are with the couple for pretty much the whole day. Be lighthearted, carry yourself joyfully. It's just good to be a person that is fun to be around, especially on a wedding day, because it is a celebration of marriage and of a covenant. And that's a good thing. You should be happy and celebrate that with them. I didn't really touch too much on, like, if you're on the fence about going headfirst full-time into wedding videography, like what you should do or how to help. If you're on the fence about whether to not go full-time with wedding filmmaking, I would say just go for it. If you have a few weddings booked and you have leads for more, definitely go for it. Build relationships, build connections, post a lot on Instagram, and you will inevitably book weddings. It's as simple as that. I can't guarantee that it'll be easy by any means, but I can guarantee that it will be worth it. Looking ahead for me, I have 18 weddings booked for this year. My wedding season starts in April. Yeah, it's going to be a grind. I have 10 weddings between May and June alone, so it's going to be a little crazy in there, but I'm excited for it. Got some travel weddings. I'm going to be putting out some good content here, and I'm really excited to just continue growing my wedding business, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys along for a part of it, more so than I was able to last year, because now I know kind of what to expect for this year. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. My fire is completely dead now, and my tea is cold, so I'm going to go inside now. All right, bye-bye.